Hey y'all, it's your girl. Welcome back to my channel. I just got out of the gym, which is why I'm in my gym outfit, but I wanted to make a video real quick on why you keep wavering and why your results aren't here in the 3D yet and how to fix that. So if you're anything like me, your suffering has been your identity, which means you have the story in your head about, oh my God, all these things in my life went wrong. All these boys treated me the worst way possible. My family was horrible to me. My school experience was the worst. My job absolutely humiliated me, so on and so forth. Like, it's just an endless sob story locked in your brain, and you call that your past. When in reality, I could argue that you're only seeing 10% of what actually happened, and you're clinging on to the emotional narrative that your mind is addicted to. And it's not your problem. And the word addiction does bring up a lot of it's a strong word to use, but let me explain why. Your mind is not a living entity. Your mind is not you. Your mind is an endless program, but it also acts as an entity because it's convinced you that your mind is you, that you're its mind. Does that make sense? You know that this is real if you've practiced conscious affirming and conscious manifesting, because if you decided starting today, I'm going to think only positive thoughts. I'm only going to think this particular news story. I'm only going to tell myself this is real. If you've done story revision and stuff like that, story revision, then you know for a fact that thoughts are malleable. The past is malleable. It only exists in the way that you believe that it existed. And I could also go full Eckhart Tolle and tell you that the past does not exist at all. The only thing that exists is the present moment. The real you is always existing in the present moment. The mind is what always exists in the past and always exists in the future. And now I've made plenty of videos on how to know that you're not your mind and the purpose of the mind, why we evolved with it. I'll bring it up again real quick because it's really important to your understanding. The mind evolved for us when we were just, apes or whatever, in order to give us survival instincts, allow us to communicate with our brethren, in order to reproduce, survive as a species. But it doesn't necessarily have to evolve further than that. Unfortunately, we've gotten to this point in human consciousness where we are living solely through that sort of fight or flight, survival geared thinking, when we don't need that anymore as humans. If you're watching my YouTube videos, like, you have Wi-Fi, or at least you have data, you have access to technology, you're able to see beautiful people on the internet, you know what I mean? You have so much luxury. There's no need to be constantly in fight or flight mode and wondering how to survive. But the mind thinks it is. The mind refuses to die because it's evolved along with your species to this point, and now it's still trying to convince you that you're it so that it can keep living. But there's no need for that. Let me get back on track to why this is important. Your mind will constantly bring up your fear stories, the most emotionally enriched experiences, because it lives there, and the emotions are what humans use to navigate this world. For example, if you burn your hand on the stove, it hurts, right? You'll start crying, you'll be upset. So your emotion, your negative emotion, teaches you cognitively, hey, I shouldn't touch the stove when it's hot because I'll hurt myself. Similarly, and exactly in this way, emotions help us navigate everything else in life, right? However, if you go about your life constantly scared about stoves, are you really focusing your energy on the better things that you could be manifesting? No, you're going to constantly be thinking about stoves and manifesting stoves that hurt you. This is kind of a silly example, but do you get what I'm saying? So our mind is constantly going to bring up these emotional experiences over and over again in order to justify its existence, in order to justify that you need to give it attention. And this is why I, as a teacher, want to introduce being mindful and practicing presence. Please watch my other videos on how to meditate, how to get yourself to a baseline of neutrality so that you kind of transcend a lot of the mind's thinking and a lot of the emotional narratives that it tells you. Now, let's move on to the next part of this video, which talks specifically about manifesting. So you are in point A and you're trying to get to point B. So point A would be I'm loveless, I'm futureless, I'm jobless, I'm familyless, I'm dogless, I'm moneyless, and you're trying to get to point B, which is where I have everything, my lovely family, my lovely kids, my lovely animals, my lovely farm, my lovely boathouse, my lovely farmhouse, my lovely everything, right? My millions of dollars, my career, my future, my viral videos, whatever, right? You know that to get from here to here, you have to change your thoughts, you have to change your states, you have to do something in order to get yourself into the state in which you're able to embody this reality. Does that make sense? Please watch my last video on how to shift realities if you want more clarification on that. The reason why you falter, the reason why you hover between states, and the reason why you feel like you've gone to point B, but you're not able to stay in point B, or you're in point B and you're not able to see your specific things manifest, is because there is still a part of you that is shifting back to point A, allowing point A's energy to leak in through your mind, through those emotional narratives, through the choices, through your routines, through the thoughts that you're thinking. And it can be extremely minute, but I think of it as like a little hole in a very, very big ship, like the Titanic, right? At some point, even if it's like an incy little hole compared to the big, big boat, you're letting in water and your boat is sinking. It's not going to stay afloat. It's not going to carry you across the Atlantic, right? So it's up to you to be very, very mindful and understand your thought patterns. Just observe them. You don't need to drill in very deep and figure out, oh, this is why I'm thinking that. No need to do all the cause and effect. Just look at what thoughts are surfacing as you go about your day. Look at what emotional narratives pop up in your mind throughout the day. You're not bad for thinking the negative thoughts. You're not bad for thinking about how your SP is trash. You're not bad for thinking, oh, I'm such a failure. What? Like, that's all normal. You're human. It is natural. You're outgrowing that part of you. The exact same way it was so easy for you to manifest such a trash lifestyle, it's just that easy for you to manifest a happy, healthy, hearty, fulfilling, delicious, beautiful, sexy, glamorous, fabulous, famous lifestyle. The only hard work right now is shifting your beliefs, shifting your states so that you can get from one point to the other point and stay there. If you're not seeing things come true for you, if you're not seeing everyone else sorry, someone just walked by and it distracted me. If you're not seeing people manifest into the version that you are manifesting them to be, if you're not seeing your 3D change the way you want to, basically, and if you're still feeling emotionally exhausted and wondering why the hell, like, what am I doing wrong? Why the hell is this not working? Do what I'm telling you to do. So every day, every morning, wake up, don't check your phone, go wash your face, use the bathroom, drink some water, and then sit down to meditate. Start with 5 minutes, try 10 minutes. It's okay if thoughts come up. Please watch my video on how to meditate like a pro, like me. And once you have reached a place of stillness, see if you can stay there a bit longer. If your timer rings and you've not reached that place of stillness, that's fine, that's okay. Go about your day. But after you meditate, you will see over time, it is going to be so much easier for you to take a step back and watch your thoughts pass in front of you, like a bird flies in front of you, right? Like, imagine you're in an ocean and a fish swims by. That's it. That's all thoughts are. That's even what emotions are. Just let it pass by you and go on. You are always a conscious observer. No thought is you. No emotional narrative is 100% you. No emotional story is truly your past. Just let it pass by. And over time, you will notice that the thoughts that you think about and give more energy to, that's what becomes your main story. That's what becomes your history. That's what becomes your future. But if you take a break from those and you give it less and less attention, you will see that part of your life fade away. I promise, I guarantee. Friends are going to fall out of your life. You're going to get a new job. You're going to get a new husband. I don't even know, but your life is 100% going to change in one way or another. You will see the difference either in yourself or in reality or both. It always has to start within. And once you've mastered that, it becomes a lot easier to inculcate new thoughts and energize those instead, so that you can move into that energetic direction, if that makes sense. So for example, if I'm always thinking I'm a loveless girl, take a step back, constantly observe myself when I think I'm a loveless woman. Feel the emotions that come up. See the emotional stories that come up. See the thoughts that my brain is conjuring up about my past, all the anxiety about my future. Just watch it, just observe it. Over time, that will decrease, lose its like energetic pull, and die out on its own. Okay? This is literally how thinking works. If you go to therapy, they're going to say the exact same thing that I'm telling you right now, just in different words and techniques. And also they're going to take your money for it. I'm not asking for any money right now. And I just want you to be happier and better. And over time, when I reach that energetic Zen space, I'm eventually going to start thinking, I'm a woman who is full of love. I'm a woman that has so much love in her life. I am love. The universe is love. The universe constantly pours love into my life. Every single thing in front of me is love. Every atom is bound together with love. Every single thing I observe, witness, feel, hold, touch, caress, everything is just love, right? And the more I energize those thoughts, that's also what rampages are. The more I energize it, I just saw 11 on my phone. That becomes my reality, and I live there, and it becomes so much easier to adapt my thinking, my lifestyle, my routine, my 3D to that line of thinking. Everything just adapts to that. So that was my little manifesting crash course. I really hope that this helps. I really love this color on me. I know the shirt isn't like the most form-fitting, but yeah, I'm glad that you guys have been with me so far. It's been so cool interacting with you guys in the comments. Thank you so much for commenting and supporting my channel. All the positivity goes a very, very long way. I wish you guys the very best. March is coming up, so I hope that you guys had a great time manifesting January and February. Now we're moving into spring, and I know, like, I'm so excited for spring. First of all, like, today was the first day, like, I could smell summer in the air. Like, my home smells different when it's like summer. Like, it's so fresh, and I can just smell sunshine. It smells so good. So I like, my seasonal depression is already out the door. Like, I'm so excited. I don't know what's gonna come this year, but I'm just ready. Also, I like painted my nails, so they're like this really pretty, like, they look like a red chrome color. But yeah, it's been nice catching up with you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you so much. Bye. Mwah.